Hello, my loves, my sweet, dear, magical friends. Welcome, willkommen. I was actually just getting ready for a Patreon live stream. What we're doing today in about 45 minutes is I'm going to do chart questions for all patrons, and it's going to be something that I'm going to roll out for YouTube, but I'm doing it on Patreon first. And I started to get all this energy. I started to get all these messages. I started to get all these downloads, and it was like, blah, 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 blah. So this is a collective message. This is going to go out for someone that's going to see it on YouTube. And I just, in the description box, I just sort of psychic vomited all into it. So basically, this is a feeling. And I did do a pre-shuffle for your thumbnail, and I got the Three of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. And this is an energy that I'm getting for someone. It's the message is to believe yourself, to believe in your heart, because you're doubting it. You're doubting what you're feeling. You're doubting what you're seeing. And I'm getting this energy. It's sort of like you were praying and you were asking and you were hoping and you were maybe using your imagination. Maybe you were, I don't know, but you were already, you were manifesting it and you didn't know it. And then it just appeared, and then it's manifested. And now that it's manifested, you're sort of, you don't believe it, or you don't accept it, or it's something like that, where I feel like someone, okay, so you guys, if you're new, hello, welcome. I'm a psychic tarot reader, and this is your reading. If you're a golden oldie, you know that I earlier this year had these big downloads about how I'm supposed to talk about astrology and how I'm remote viewing into the astrology, being conscious and unconscious. Conscious manifestations are the best manifestations of astrological transits and all the energies, and the crunchy, unhappy or displeasing, disharmonious manifestations are the unconscious manifestations. So it's reality that our subconscious, our unconscious is putting the vibe out, and then it's bringing it down into our physical experience. And so that's true, right? So, if we're trying to make a lot of money, let's say something really simple, but the subconscious programming was that we have no skills, we have no talents, no one's ever going to pay us for anything, and because we grew up in poverty in the Midwest, or we grew up in poverty in the South, or whatever. And so you're trying to make all this money consciously, but you're really frustrated. That's an example. What your download is, what I'm getting for you, is that that's true, but for the positive, and you don't believe it. You've been subconsciously wishing and hoping and daydreaming and like not even thinking that it was possible, but you did manifest it. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Okay, so I did your pre-shuffle, and we have these cards here. And right away, so the Three of Cups was the first card to pop, and I was guided to go to the ride or die, ride or wait. And so the first card is the strongest, Three of Cups. Immediately, I got where you belong, where you belong. I want you to focus on where you really belong, the energies, the people, the vibe, and not focus on where you're being rejected, and not focus on the people that don't get it, the people don't get you, the people that don't believe you when you say a personal truth. Really just focus on, okay, so you might be changing your friends, groups, and associations. You might be changing everything might be changing, maybe naturally, or maybe you're starting this, or you're putting that into it. I got that. And then the Nine of Pentacles, I got very individual energy. So you are, you're an individual that has, you're growing through something. There's something that you've brought into your experience that is maybe alienating you, or going to alienate you, that you might feel like, yeah, this is gonna, that maybe you're starting to see ghosts or something. Excuse me, not ghosts, spirits. I feel okay. So feel like it's derogatory to say haunted and ghosts now that I've had, like, now that I'm anyway. So you're growing and developing on your own adventure, and so it's changing your, your mirrors, the people that you have around you. But if you're coming into a new group or a new something, or just getting closer with your tried and true, they will all be people that affirm who you are at an individual level. And okay, so that's that. And then the last one, because I felt like one more was wanting to pop out, and it did, the Six of Wands. This is looking really, sorry, what's on my arm? This is looking really good. Publicly, you might be going into a realm, you might be going into, how do I put this? Hold on. My golden always know what this is all about. Okay, this is addressing the disbelief. So if you don't believe yourself, if you don't trust what you're seeing, getting back to the download, your message is that this is, yes, this is, it goes back to reaffirm my original download, which is to trust your heart and trust what you feel and trust what you're seeing, because there's something that is going to be either public, or it's going to be sort of brought out, or it's going to be announced, or there's something about the visibility. There's this is really going to make sense for you, like if this is your reading. So you'll know what, like, piece to the puzzle that is, where there's something about seeing it, but maybe seeing it out on a billboard, or seeing it on your, maybe it's something that comes up on your phone, or maybe it's something that you see in a movie, or maybe you're out and maybe you give like motivational speeches, or maybe and you come across something. So what I like about this combination, blending all of this together and feeling this out, is that this is a very special group of people. So it's not just you. You might be meeting someone new, or you might be meeting a new group of people, or you might be going on like some great vacation. It's what I feel like this has something to do with whatever that you've subconsciously manifested in the positive. So if you've been dreaming up some, like really, hi everybody. Love to the fam. Happy to see you live. Hello on a Sunday. I know I'm like never here on like on a Sunday, but this is a really strong, like, I had to stop and do this, because I wasn't going to be able to do anything else until this like message gets out. Okay, so this is something to do with what you've manifested, and you need to trust your heart. You want to tune into how your heart feels about what this is, because this might be a group or a friend or a society. It might be something or someone that there's something visible about it, but there's sort of, it's not a secret society because it's really visible. It's almost like a club or a community that's visible, very visible, but not everyone's a part of. She's giving me one of us, one of us. Okay, so the freaks. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. It might be a strange group. Okay, we're gonna use also, I don't know if this is gonna get taken down or not. So if you are here for the live, you're really catching it fresh. We are gonna use the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and that is because of the body language of this deck. So if you can see like just the bottom of this deck, there's no nudity here, and I'll try to keep um, um, cognizant of it. But you can see that the body language between these two is very, oh, that's right. This is the camera that doesn't, I didn't have time to get the whole setup where you guys can see the cards, so you'll have to just go with it. So let's go ahead and get started. let's get you first. Let's see how you're doing. Tell me about you. Who am I channeling? Ooh, thank you. We've got the Seven of Chalices. Okay, that's a little bit of nudity in it. The Seven of Cups. And I have the little bookie book, so we're going to read from the bookie book because it's just too perfect. There's like, okay, let me see. Okay, I did not totally adequately prepare for this because this is just like a very new channeling, but let's just, you can kind of see, sorry, my hand, but you can see that okay, you get it. You get what's going on in this little, what you call. Okay, Seven of Cups. This is, okay, she just gave me a whole shotgun. There is something about a sawed-off shotgun. I'm getting someone from the South, someone who grew up around guns, and it was not, okay, when you grow up in the South with guns, it's not the same as when you grow up in the North with guns or in the city with guns. I'm getting someone that grew up around guns, who grew up around it's a whole different thing. Like children sort of just grow up with guns and they don't ever think to point it at a person. They don't ever, it's just a whole different thing. But I'm getting someone specifically from the South. Flight of Fancy, the magic of the four, let me just, okay. The magic of the four leaves of mint. The penetrating perfume of mint oil. The penetrating perfume of mint is like the thought of our loved one upon us. It fuels ideals and plans of love. You could have been dreaming of the perfect mate, could have been fantasizing about the perfect. I'm getting like a vacation for someone. So for some of you, it feels like you're either having this very specific place in mind or you are wanting to escape something. Like there might be something going on right now that you want to just like escape from. Or yeah, it's kind of like that. Okay, so that's more confirmation of you dreaming up something and it came true and you're like, whoa, but you don't believe it. And here's where I come in, is because you're here with me and I'm confirming this for you. So let's get another person here. Okay. Tell me about this other person. If this is a person, you may have subconsciously attracted a person or a type of person into your life, and we'll go on with that. But let's see if there's someone here for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be a guide, a mentor, someone that feels very familial, someone that feels like family to you. We have these two cards. Definitely can't show the Emperor. The Emperor, and we have the Six of Wands. Double Six of Wands. Give me a second here. How am I going to do this? Okay. This is not the other person. It can be. It doesn't have to be. I'm getting that this is you in some cases still. So for some of you, this is all still you, and for some of you, it is another person. Okay, so if this is still you, for those of you where this is still you, or the other person if you're cross-watching, you're the one visible somehow. You're either very, very visible and popular, or you are visible because of your power. So power is the ability to do something. If you have more power, you have more abilities. You have more ability to wake up whenever you want, to go anywhere you want, to eat whatever you want. It's ability. That's all it is. So you, if this is still you, you have all of this power and ability, and yet you are still, you're still, it could be that you're like sort of wanting an escape of the responsibilities. You're sort of wanting this escape of having to do the Emperor is the industry leader. It is the CEO. It's like the CEO of a multinational corporation. This is like a very big deal. BDE too. But But why would you want to escape that? Why would you? Okay, well, we have that. Now, if this is another person, if this is the other person, you had been dreaming up someone. You might be projecting on a public figure, like fantasizing about this person, or you could have been daydreaming or dreaming up someone that could sort of either save you from a situation, or you could have been hoping and praying and wishing for someone um, that was in a divine masculine energy that could support you, that could advocate for you, that could. I'm getting mastery. I'm getting that someone's very self-possessed. This emperor person is very self-possessed. She's showing me this like I don't know how to talk about it. It's this. They're just very solid. They're very solid. She's just showing me someone that's very, very solid. All right. Let's see what the bookie book has to say about this. I have to keep an eye on the time. I have to keep an eye on the time. Okay. The Emperor, virility. Told you. The magic of the stones. To exercise the power entrusted to you, you must know how to dominate yourself. See, okay, that is what I got. I just said it, self-mastery. So this is someone that is very self-possessed. They are very, for lack of a better term, hard. They have a steering of their energies. And they're visible with the Six of Wands. Like they're on display somehow, or they're like right there, or I get this feeling like they're right in front of you and you're like still not believing it. You're doubting it. So, and I wrote it in the description, just feel how you feel, like ask yourself, how do I feel about it? Or just tune into your heart. How do you feel? Because that's the truth. Okay. Six of Wands, touching, the magic of the hare and the dove. Here's the thing. So in this, we can show butt cracks on YouTube, right? Is it? Okay. So I think we can. This is, do you see how he's reaching for her and it's not quite, can't actually like grab, like touch her? It's like right in front of you and you can touch it or you can grab it or you can talk to it or you can book it, you can purchase it, you can interact with it. But you don't, it's like you don't believe you can, or there's something, I don't know what that is. Okay, let's move on. Tell me about, I'm going to keep this like this. And I have a couple different decks here because I'm just, tell me about this situation. I want to know why someone this powerful with all this ability would even be wanting. Okay. I should have said something. Then it would have been a psychic slip. Because I was getting Lilith and I was getting the Queen of Wands and I was getting the toxic feminine energy. Now listen, what I forgot to say in that video is being a little bit compassionate for everyone, where every one of us, man or woman, will feel toxic, unhealed masculine energies inside of us and toxic, unhealed feminine energies inside of us. That's why we're here. That's why we're incarnated. So there's no judgments here. This is what I say on the channel. Spirituality is above politics. It's above judgments. We would rather understand than judge. So, disclaimer, this is that toxic, this is a person who is in the grips of toxic, unhealed feminine energies, this Queen of Wands. This could be that, see how she's like she's taking her boot off Okay, I love this. I love burlesque. I love pole. I love pole art. I love all of that. It's just so it's like when you're taking your clothes off, you don't just like you're in the 1850s. You just like slowly peeling it away from you, and it just feels so good to peel this little dirt crusted boot off of your beautiful foot. She's just like, this is someone that could have brought that emperor to their knees. Um, but I'm not getting that this is a positive manifestation of this. This is something that's so the way that she's doing that, it could also be used for the negative. This could be, oh, there might be someone here with us. I don't know. I just got this weird thing. Okay. So there can be a positive this there can be a married couple where you know the wife and the husband, or the wife and the wife, or the husband and the husband dance for each other, and they do these little sessions for each other, and it's very healthy and it's wonderful and it's fantastic. But I'm getting that there's something about kind of like a bad, it's worse than teasing, it's manipulation, and it's a control mechanism. So I feel like someone might be withholding sex or used sex to, or and that love or that sensuality or that intimacy to pull someone in, but to like hold them and sort of control the situation. So there's just some kind of, that's just here. What is all over me? I think that's just the lighting. So okay, so that would honestly though, the emperor is the emperor, and this is just a little queen of wands. Like, I don't know why there should be such, I still don't know what maybe we'll get to it. Okay. So that's the situation. The situation is something with this. Oh, let's read the Pocky book. Okay. The Queen of Wands. It's like a bluff. Thank you. It's like a bluff. Someone's bluffing or was bluffing. Queen of Wands, undressing, magic of the entwined rings. Honesty and devotion between partners are born of daily pleasures. I like that. You must seduce your partner every day as if it were always the first time. Oh my God, that's like exactly what I haven't even used this deck in like a really long time. So exactly what I said. And I'm getting that the low vibration of that. So the situation is someone that doesn't do, or if they do it, to control and manipulate and scramble the brains. I'm seeing like scrambled eggs in a skull. I don't know. Okay, scramble. It's something about scrambled brains. Okay, or they're not doing it all, or they bait. Oh, you want this? You know, that's no bueno. There's something that's like something about this is either bringing you to or taking you away from or changing your personal society in some way, shape, or form. Okay. That's a situation that is making someone, an emperor, daydream. Okay, tell me about what is so true that you've manifested that you're having such a hard time believing. Because the bottom of the Ride or Die, Ride or Wait is the Nine of Cups, and that is a dream or a wish coming true. So tell me about that, please. Tell me about this wish coming true. Why is this? the Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Chalices. And in this deck, this is the only deck where I love the Five of Pentacles because of what it means. So in this deck, the Five of Pentacles is these two people, and they're, look at what their body is saying. First of all, like, just look at that for a second. Sorry, it's just bothering me that this does not autofocus. But do you see how they're sort of just, look at how he's gripping her. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay. This is like, okay, so the Five of Pentacles, the traditional is like people outside of a church in the cold. This is where you and somebody else, I always say this on the channel, you and another person create a relationship, a bond, romantic or otherwise. And it's this, you have your own world. It's just you and this person, and you two create that world together. No one else knows what it's like except the two people inside that little world. I say you should turn your relationship into a sanctuary. And especially if this is love, especially if you're like making a commitment to somebody, like it should be a safe place, a safe, happy place. And that's what this is. And it's like, fuck the world. Sorry. But let the world be the world. You're in your world, and that's what matters. So the world can be crazy. The world can be unimaginable. The world can be ununderstandable. But you and this person create your own little Camelot, heaven on earth, away from the world. I love it. I'm also getting something with the dreams. You're going to get some more confirmation, maybe tonight going into tomorrow or sometime soon about this. And it's going to be your, it's going to have this feeling towards it where you feel a very special connection. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is, look at this body language. Look at that. He's like, come on, come on. And she's like, no, I can't. I can't. I can't. So for whoever it is I'm channeling, it's almost like you don't believe that this world could even exist. It's like you're being pulled away to this secret place or the secret world. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. Like this Five of Pentacles isn't, if it's a person, if you've manifested this person, then it is a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship relationship. It could be a community relationship. It could be whatever. But whatever it is, if it's this, or if it's a dream vacation, if you want to escape something and just like disappear and go be happy somewhere and just not have the weight of the world on your shoulders, or not have these expectations or responsibilities, or dealing with people projecting onto you or wanting things from you, or, you know, if you have all this power and the certain ability, maybe in your family or in your community, and people look to you, and maybe you're like, I want to get away, but it can't happen. And then there's this way that opens up for you to get away, and you may have mixed feelings about it. But don't let those mixed feelings be off of a false understanding of what's going on or what's in front of you. All right, let's read the Puppy book. You're going to like this. The Five of Pentacles, completeness, the magic of the rose and the violin. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. Wow. Okay. There's something about this. It's interesting that I said all that, and then this is the thing. This is an opportunity for you to recalibrate to recalibrate this energy of giving and receiving, specifically in groups or with a group, or but it's like I'm getting this righteousness. I'm getting something that's like you feel like something is too good to be true, or something's too righteous, or something's it's and especially coming from you know this Queen of Wands, like a little bit less healthy of sexual energy expression or feminine expression. You may be especially wounded and feeling like this is not, maybe a little cynical, like not really believing that people are honest, or not really believing that something is honest or true or real, or that someone really believes in. If someone says they believe in, honesty, maybe you don't believe them, or it's kind of like that. Or it's almost like you don't believe in the redemption of the world, so you don't try. But you daydreamed about it. You daydreamed about something that would help you try, or help you do it, or help redeem your own personal world. But the Eight of Cups does say that there is this moving on. And I feel like it's moving on from anyone, or some moving on or moving towards, because I like to focus on what the heart is pulling you towards. With the traditional Eight of Cups is someone walking away from Eight Cups into the darkness under the moonlight. And so I like to focus not on what they're leaving behind always, but what's pulling them forward through the darkness. And this is where trusting the heart comes in, because there's this, it feels like someone being pulled into a new group of friends, or you go to vacation somewhere in another country and you just stay there, or it's like whatever you were daydreaming about as some kind of escape is showing up, and you don't really believe in it, so you're not really keen on the idea of leaving, of either leaving something behind, but not everyone's going to have to leave something behind, because I feel more the heart leading you towards something. There's like this expansion energy. So okay, let's read the bookie book, because that'll be really connecting more personally with you, with whatever your personal, whatever you've been manifesting subconsciously. That's weird. Something about the 80s is significant. And she showed me this as I was flipping these pages, she showed me this sort of like fast montage of 80s movies, and I don't know the names of these. I don't think I've even seen these movies. Just like maybe commercials for them. And these are like 80s movies where there's like a little experiment gone wrong, or a little one magical thing that changes the plot. And it has to do with like, what's that? There's like a movie with like these teenage boys that, I don't know if they do like a lab science experiment and they create this woman, this beautiful woman, or it's kind of like that, where it's like, I don't know, but that's what she showed me. So, but there is something about the time of the 80s that's very significant for you, for whoever it is that I'm channeling. If you were alive in the 80s. If you were alive in the 80s. Okay. Where am I? Eight of Cups. Bashfulness. Oh, okay. The magic of the bundle of thistle. You must try to know your partner's character in spite of his reserve. Beneath the thorns, you find the right choice, an honest and sincere person. You don't believe this person, if it's a person, you don't believe this person is honest and sincere. they may be very, and I love that they say reserve. I used to say, "Oh, I'm shy, I'm shy," and it's not true. I'm not shy. I'm reserved. This is Capricorn energy. It's very conscious, more conscious of a decision. So, okay, you have to just trust that it's there. It's not going to push its way into your life. It's almost like it's showing up as a door. Like in life, you chose. Oh, hold on. In life, you chose maybe door number one out of door number one and door number two, and now this is like, okay, door number two is like all locked up and gone, and you don't see any doors, and then like a door number three opens up, and you're like, that's weird. You have to walk through it. You have to make the conscious free will choice to go for this. You have to approach this, or you have to reach out to this, or you have to like initiate this, or you have to, this is, you're the emperor is what I'm really feeling here. So they are honest and sincere. They're just reserved. This is, if we had more time, I have to, we'll just clarify this right here, the dream. And we will bring it over to YouTube, but this is a Patreon thing for right now. What deck do I want to use to clarify? Let's use the Art Nouveau. Pardon my reach here, folks. Okay. Tell me about this Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups. Yeah, if we had more time, then I would get like, what can we expect as like a resolution or a result here? But what's the Eight of Cups? Tell me about the Eight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, please. Okay. Pretty epic. King of Pentacles, Judgment, and Wheel of Fortune. Part of this is fate and destiny just like showing up for you. Okay. So this is probably why you don't believe it. This makes more sense now. This was fated and karmic, and this was going to happen. So, holy shit. I'm sorry. You didn't subconsciously manifest it because this was fated and destined for you. You're psychic, and you have been picking up on this coming into your life, even if you were praying for it. Even if you were praying for an escape, praying for help, praying for an angel, praying for a guide, praying for a love, praying for, that was still you picking up on what was fated to come to you. So it might look like an answer to your prayers and that you don't believe it, but it was going to be here all along. Door number 3 was going to open. But the free will, fate brings you the opportunity. Free will is you taking the opportunity, you walking through the door, you crossing the threshold. I mean, I don't want to get all Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, but I mean, doors of perception. Okay, so this was something that is from a past life with this judgment energy. And judgment energy is see how they're rising from their coffins? Here. They're rising from their coffins, and they're like, that's what I usually do. So this was something that was cut off or not able to happen, or something got interrupted from a past life or multiple lifetimes. This could even be that you and someone else were priest and priestess in neighboring temples, and maybe your city got blown up before you guys could do some cool magical shit together or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it could even be something like that. It doesn't have to be that, just sort of came up as like a fun example. Could of course be the love of your life. It could be the mentor. It could be the best friend that you have till your dying day. This could, of course, be connected with your children. This could, of course, be some kind of financial, entrepreneurial opportunity that you're able to do now. You're able to do this, and you're afraid to leave your 9 to 5. And, so know what it is for you. But things are going to change on a dime. I mean, things are boom, like that. Okay. Ooh, I really gotta go. Okay, really quick. Ugh, I wanted to do 3 oracles, but we only have time for 1, so it's gonna be the Divine Feather. Because this is nice and like super charged up with energies. Okay, last but not least, what's the guidance? What's the guidance for whoever this is? This Emperor. We have the Finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Is that not the perfect? We could have just started with this card, but sorry, hold on. Oh, it doesn't. I keep thinking that it auto focuses and it does not. Sorry. Oh, okay. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. But I wish I could underscore the claim them part, because that is what you've got to do. That is what is necessary. Okay. So the one that popped, though, is the white turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you. I am getting something. This really feels indigenous for me. This feels really ancestral. This feels really inherited. So this is either indigenous or inherited or very cultural or very. So if that's the case, this opportunity that's coming up for you is fated and destined because of picking up where you sort of left off, and because of something in the bloodline, or because of the family lineage. So there could be like soul family coming through for you right now. Someone that you especially, okay, so if you don't trust this, it could be because it's a new person and you're like, I don't know him. I don't know him. That's something where it's like people try to get in and they're like, oh, I know this person. Well, everybody knows people. But if you say, I'm with this person, it's like, okay, come on in. This is like, you know them. This is like they're with you already. And it looks like you're just being introduced to them. And you might feel like, I don't know you. But you're a soul tribe. You're part of the same soul tribe. So even if they're new and they feel so familiar to you and you want to trust them, but you have a guard up and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should trust your heart. Sleep on it. Try to think about them before you go to sleep and ask for your own higher guidance, and you'll get your answer, and it'll reaffirm everything that I'm saying, to trust your heart. So all of that and something about you with all this coming together and moving things around is very healing for the earth and for new earth and for the rest of us, of humanity. And it's a wish come true for you. So okay, my loves, I am going to see all of my patrons right now. I'm going to just go on live stream over on Patreon, and they're going to send me their birth times, and they're going to ask questions about this eclipse coming up or their natal chart or anything that they'd like. And it is open to all members. So 1111 all the way up. And yeah, it's going to be a fun. I'm going to bring it over to YouTube on the YouTube subscription thing, and I'll make it 1111 if I can. So that if anyone doesn't want to go over to Patreon, you can just add it here. So I will see all my lovely patrons over there. Patreon.com/TheArteagan. I will come back later to edit the detail box, but otherwise just know that that's like your download. I love you guys forever and ever and always. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. I will see you tomorrow for the weekly remotely viewed astrological live stream. Until then, dearies, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.